Why you should know about Charlie Chaplin. Chaplin star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, located at 6755 Hollywood Boulevard. In the 1975 New Year Honors, he was appointed a Knight Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. He was also awarded honorary Doctor of Letters degrees by the University of Oxford and the University of Durham in 1962. In 1965, he and Ingmar Bergman were joint winners of the Erasmus Prize, and in 1971 he was appointed a Commander of the National Order of the Legion of Honor by the French government. From the film industry, Chaplin received a special Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival in 1972, and a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Lincoln Center Film Society the same year. Chaplin received 3 Academy Awards, an honorary award for versatility and genius in acting, writing, directing, and producing The Circus in 1929, a second honorary award for the incalculable effect he has had in making motion pictures the art form of the century in 1972, and a Best Score award in 1973 for Limelight, shared with Ray Rash and Larry Russell. He was further nominated in the Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Picture, as producer, categories for The Great Dictator, and received another Best Original Screenplay nomination for Monsieur Verdoux. In 1976, Chaplin was made a Fellow of the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. 6 of Chaplin's films have been selected for preservation in the National Film Registry by the United States Library of Congress: The Immigrant, 1917, The Kid, 1921, The Gold Rush, 1925, City Lights, 1931, Modern Times, 1936, and The Great Dictator, 1940. Chaplin's childhood in London was one of poverty and hardship. As his father was absent and his mother struggled financially, and he was sent to a workhouse twice before the age of 9. His mother had no means of income, other than occasional nursing and dressmaking, and his father provided no financial support. Chaplin was sent to Lambeth Workhouse when he was 7 years old. I was hardly aware of a crisis because we lived in a continual crisis. And, being a boy, I dismissed our troubles with gracious forgetfulness. Chaplin on his childhood. By the age 13, Chaplin had abandoned education. When he was 14, his mother was committed to a mental asylum. At 19, he was signed to the prestigious Brett Kano Company, which took him to America. He was scouted for the film industry and began appearing in 1914 for Keystone Studios. He soon developed the tramp persona and formed a large fan base. He directed his own films and continued to hone his craft as he moved to the S&A, Mutual, and First National corporations. By 1918, he was one of the best-known figures in the world. In 1919, Chaplin co-founded the distribution company United Artists. Chaplin became increasingly political, and his first sound film was The Great Dictator, 1940, which satirized Adolf Hitler. The 1940s were a decade marked with controversy for Chaplin, and his popularity declined rapidly. Chaplin was accused of communist sympathies, and some members of the press and public found his involvement in a paternity suit, and marriages to much younger women, scandalous. An FBI investigation was opened, and Chaplin was forced to leave the United States and settle in Switzerland. Charlie Chaplin legacy. In 1998, the film critic Andrew Saris called Chaplin arguably the single most important artist produced by the cinema, certainly its most extraordinary performer and probably still its most universal icon. The British Film Institute described Chaplin as a towering figure in world culture, and was included in Time magazine's list of the 100 most important people of the 20th century. The critic Leonard Maltin has written of the unique and indelible nature of the tramp, and argued that no other comedian matched his worldwide impact. Memorabilia connected to the character still fetches large sums in auctions. In 2006, a bowler hat and a bamboo cane that were part of the tramp's costume were bought for $140,000 in a Los Angeles auction. Chaplin is considered a pioneer and one of the most influential figures of the early 20th century. Film historian Mark Cousins has written that Chaplin changed not only the imagery of cinema, but also its sociology and grammar. He was the first to popularize feature-length comedy and to slow down the pace of action, adding pathos and subtlety to it. Chaplin's drama A Woman of Paris, 1923, was a major influence on Ernst Lubitsch's film The Marriage Circle, 1924, and thus played a part in the development of sophisticated comedy. Chaplin's innovations were rapidly assimilated to become part of the common practice of film craft. Russian filmmaker Andrei Tarkovsky praised Chaplin as the only person to have gone down into cinematic history without any shadow of a doubt. The films he left behind can never grow old. Chaplin also strongly influenced the work of later comedians. Marcel Marceau said he was inspired to become a mime artist after watching Chaplin, while the actor Raj Kapoor based his screen persona on the tramp. Mark Cousins has also detected Chaplin's comedic style in the French character Monsieur Hulot and the Italian character Toto. In other fields, Chaplin helped inspire the cartoon characters Felix the Cat and Mickey Mouse, and was an influence on the Dada art movement. As one of the founding members of United Artists, Chaplin also had a role in the development of the film industry. In the 21st century, several of Chaplin's films are still regarded as classics and among the greatest ever made. The 2012 Sight and Sound poll, which compiles top 10 ballots from film critics and directors to determine each group's most acclaimed films, saw City Lights rank among the critics' top 50, Modern Times inside the top 100, and The Great Dictator and The Gold Rush placed in the top 250. The top 100 films as voted on by directors included Modern Times at number 22, City Lights at number 30, and The Gold Rush at number 91. In 2007, the American Film Institute named City Lights the 11th greatest American film of all time, while The Gold Rush and Modern Times again ranked in the top 100. Books about Chaplin continue to be published regularly, and he is a popular subject for media scholars and film archivists. Many of Chaplin's films have had a DVD and Blu-ray release. The British Film Institute has established the Charles Chaplin Research Foundation, and the first International Charles Chaplin Conference was held in London in July 2005. Elements for many of Chaplin's films are held by the Academy Film Archive as part of the Roy Export Chaplin collection. In the early morning of December 25, 1977, Chaplin died at home after suffering a stroke in his sleep at the age of 88 years old. The funeral, on December 27, was a small and private Anglican ceremony, according to his wishes. On March 1, 1978, Chaplin's coffin was dug up and stolen from its grave by two unemployed immigrants, Roman Wardus, from Poland, and Gancho Ganov, from Bulgaria. The body was held for ransom in an attempt to extort money from Una Chaplin. The pair were caught in a large police operation in May, and Chaplin's coffin was found buried in a field in the nearby village of Noville. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell, so you won't miss our new video. God bless you.